there was no problem and no issue. We didn't go to synagogue. There was no God. Although I remember my father saying, I don't exactly know when or how, what capacity, but saying something about there was God in everything, in nature, in grass, and this, whatever. I remember that. But it wasn't a problem for me, because growing up on the street, as we did, most people were conventional Jews and went to synagogue and did all the things the Jewish people did, and we didn't. My father was even, he was more than not, I don't know how to put it, he was very mischievous, and he would do things to sort of taunt or thwart the Jewish religious people on the street. For instance, he'd go for a walk, he was walking constantly, on Yom Kippur, when you're supposed to fast, with a piece of matzah in his pocket, kind of thing. And he would eat sort of matzah on the street or something.
I don't think so.
He was mischievous. And yet at the same time, there was the synagogue at the corner of Clark Street in Villeneuve. He would tell me, sometimes he would wander, or he told me.
Rabbi Flom, yeah.
Yeah, it was a private synagogue, and he went in there without a hat. And he said everybody was in such an uproar, he had to go in. But I have a feeling he sort of would drop in there from time to time.
Right, there was a deep connection with, like, the Baal Shem Tov in his writing, but he was...
And Hasidism.
We were all
He was
secular,
interested in Hasidism.
All their friends were secular.
Yeah.
And, but people, our neighbors would taunt us, like, for instance, I remember a neighbor saying to me on Yom Kippur, "What did your father have for dessert?"
Oh, and when when their Feder Aaron would come to our house,
yeah.
when he would come
on Pesach,
and we were having bread, and he would sort of come in unannounced, and my mother would take the whole tablecloth with all the stuff and sort of throw it into the cupboard or something just so he wouldn't see.
Yeah. He may... Yeah, he wouldn't, like, remember he made a big fuss about not going to his nephew's bar mitzvah. Remember Nachum's bar mitzvah? He would drive everyone crazy. He did that with many, many things. I'm saying he's not doing it. Like, getting me into trouble. Like, once I was telling you this story.
Yeah.
This is an example. I was going to Volksschule. I told you I was a good student. I was president. We had a club. These clubs were very good, well run. And I invited, my father said, he's not going. And then, so I invited someone else, a family, a very close family friend, and I didn't see her for a long, long time. So I invited my cousin. At the end, everyone came, and I was accused of taking advantage of my position as president for inviting more people. It wasn't that, it was the attention deficit disorder. My disorganization and his saying, I'm not going. He did that with Nachum's bar mitzvah. He did it all the time.
He always had to be cajoled into going, and eventually very often he would go, and he would have a good time. But mostly family thinks he did not have a good time. It's with his friends that he really had a good time. But the business of being Jewish, as you said, all our friends were sort of secular Jews, so we didn't feel terribly ashamed or anything. But in a way, I felt superior to all these people who were, I felt that we had some kind of. Superiority, right.
Right. I remember telling kids that went to synagogue that they were betraying Judaism by being so backwards. I remember saying it all over the place.
We never kept a kosher house. We never had a kosher house or anything like that.
Right.
But it didn't, you'd think that it would have bothered us in some way, but it didn't.